Going in Style is a heist comedy starring Alan Arkin, Michael Caine, and Morgan Freeman. Now, I wasn't too sure what to think of this movie going into it. I mean, I do love the cast, particularly the three actors that are starring in it, and the premise itself did sound interesting. Then I found out this movie was a remake, and well, we all know how those usually turn out. Luckily though, this is one of those moments where a remake actually ends up being pretty good. First of all, I really like the way the movie starts out. We see Michael Caine, he's talking to a banker, his house is about to go into foreclosure, which is a big deal because he's currently living with his daughter and granddaughter. Then out of nowhere, three guys bust in, they rob the bank, and they do it with relative ease. And this stuff starts to give Michael Caine some ideas, especially when the company that he, Morgan Freeman, and Alan Arkin all work for is bought out, and as a result, their pensions that they're entitled to are taken away from them. So it's here Michael Caine proposes the idea that the three of them rob the bank that holds their pension funds so they can get what they're entitled to. And of course, in the beginning, Morgan Freeman and Alan Arkin think, you know, Michael Caine's insane. That's a horrible idea. But what I love is Michael Caine really breaks down how it's not that bad of an idea for them. Because one, if it works, they get the money that they're entitled to, all of their problems go away. And two, if they get caught, they'll just spend the remainder of their lives in prison where they get food, they get health care, and really, they know they're not going to be there very long because, you know, well, they're old. Eventually, though, the two of them decide to go along with Michael Caine because, one, Morgan Freeman needs to get surgery on a kidney that's slowly but surely going to kill him, and, well, Alan Arkin's just an angry, pissed old man who has nothing better to do. And then from here is where a lot of the comedy really starts to shine in this movie. Because, first of all, it's really funny seeing the three of them, you know, take these baby steps that they need to make to try to figure out how to properly rob a bank. I mean, they have no idea what to do. They have no idea how to do it in a certain amount of time. And it's funny because a lot of it is because of the fact that they're old and they know they can't do stuff that they were capable of doing in their younger prime. And what also really helps is Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, Alan Arkin, these guys had really, really good chemistry between each other. I mean, you really see the friendship between the three of them and, you know, the fact that they bust each other's balls all the time, that they're arguing over, you know, how this robbery should be done, just, you know, seeing how they get on each other when someone does something wrong. It's quite funny. And then it's also really nice seeing how they're actually able to pull off this robbery. You know, they start off their day by volunteering at this carnival that their retirement home is being a part of. And they use that as sort of an alibi so that way, in the case the FBI tries to interrogate them, they'll have that to fall back on. So they get to the bank, they're doing the robbing, everything looks like it's going well, except for when Morgan Freeman almost gets caught by this little girl that's in the bank. Oh yeah, and then also with the fact that this one banker who's traumatized from the experience from the beginning of this movie, yeah, he takes a gun, he tries to shoot at the three of them, but he's the worst shot ever and misses all of them. The scene actually had me laughing pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, they get their money. Michael Caine can now pay off the foreclosure on his house. Morgan Freeman looks like he can undergo the surgery for a new kidney. But of course, eventually the three of them are arrested and brought in by the FBI for questioning, and luckily for them, they're able to stick by their alibis, you know, run by, you know, what they were doing at the carnival, and they make very believable stories that the FBI knows they don't have the evidence they need to, you know, prosecute them. The one thing the FBI can potentially use against these three is to have the little girl that was in the bank that nearly caught Morgan Freeman come in, look at them, and see if she recognizes any of them. And what's a really nice and cute moment in the movie is the little girl does see Morgan Freeman and she does recognize him, but it's because Morgan Freeman was just so nice to her in the bank. You know, she doesn't turn him in and she's like, nope, don't recognize anybody. They're all innocent. So yeah, the FBI is now forced to let them go. They all have their money. Alan Arkin decides to give Morgan Freeman one of his kidneys. And yeah, now life is good for these old bastards. So all in all, Going in Style was a surprisingly good movie. Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, Alan Arkin, they were all really funny. They had great chemistry among each other. It's really funny seeing how these guys are practicing getting ready for this big bank robbery. It's also very impressive that they're able to pull it off. Christopher Lloyd is in this movie and he was fucking hilarious in it. He's like an old guy who like doesn't understand anything. It brings for a lot of good moments. I mean, is it the most original movie ever? No. Is it the best movie I've seen this year? No. But you know what? I go into comedies looking to laugh, and this movie had me laughing on more than a few occasions, so it was a success for me. So that's all I gotta say, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you all next time.